Hey, what is going on, you guys? It's Epic here and welcome back to a new video. Today we're going to be talking about an absolutely huge update in Borderlands 3. So Gearbox have just released the patch notes for the January 16th 2020 hotfix, which as we know is going to bring a ton of stuff to the game. This includes stuff such as the Maliwan Takedown scaling, which as you know we've been waiting for quite a while now, and we also have a rare spawn event, and in this event anointed gear and dedicated drop sources and legendary gear is going to drop a lot higher as well. So Gearbox start by saying this week starts the Takedown at the Maliwan Black Site event. From when the hotfix goes live today until 8:59 AM PT on January 30th, Takedown at the Maliwan Black Site will be scaled to the number of players in your party. During this event, matchmaking will be set up to get you into the Takedown as quickly as possible. The Takedown is no easy feat, so make sure that you're ready with the Takedown at the Maliwan Black Site quick guide and shameless self-promotion. In addition to this, during the Farming Frenzy mini event running for the same duration, they're making a few other changes. Rare spawn enemies will also show up more often, and we're temporarily boosting anointed and legendary drop rates. For the next 2 weeks, every boss in the game has boosted drop rates, including the Takedown at the Maliwan Black Site bosses. And you know, I've had people saying this is a really bad idea. Why are Gearbox doing this? This game sucks and this and that, and honestly, just stop. If you don't already know, if it hasn't already clicked, Gearbox are basically doing this as a way of testing whether or not the update they're going to be adding into the game is a good update or a bad update. Still confused? Well, this basically means they're going to be testing it for a limited time and then listening to the community's feedback to avoid getting 60,000 posts on Reddit telling them why the update sucks. But overall, I think it's a really good idea. In fact, I think it's a pure genius idea, and so do a lot of you guys who follow me on Twitter. I think there's something very special about not only communicating with your community that you're going to experiment with this sort of change, but also just doing it in the first place. So let's hope it all goes well, and I will make a video regarding them changes when they go live. Now into bug fixes. Addressed a reported concern with item card and hotfix sometimes not showing information correctly. Addressed a reported concern that Judge Hightower was sometimes not dropping items from the dedicated loot pool, and that's definitely going to be good news for any of you guys who are trying out my new Feast Master Flak build, link in the description, because one of the items in that build actually drops from Judge Hightower, and like it says here in the bug fixes, his dedicated drop sources are currently bugged. They've also adjusted the balance of the Fabricator, Freddy, Stanley, Constructor, Tony Bordell, Trixie Nick, and Third Rail to provide a greater challenge. For those of you who haven't bought the DLC yet, these are the DLC enemies and bosses. There's also a developer note stating that they noticed the bosses in the Handsome Jackpot weren't providing players with a satisfying challenge. They said they'll be monitoring these bosses and making adjustments as needed in the future. And if you watched my weapon guide on the Ion Cannon rocket launcher, you would have seen this coming just like I did. The Ion Cannon now has a 5-second reload time and consumes at least 6 ammo per shot. And as you can see with my Ion Cannon, this basically means you're going to get 2 shots per mag, but you're not going to be dealing any more damage. You'll be dealing the same amount of damage. Gearbox go on to say that the Ion Cannon is a strong weapon and they don't want to change that, but it is a little overperforming. Like I also said, they've increased the reload time and made it consume more ammo, but left its damage unchanged to still provide a strong burst of damage. Honestly, this is going to be a very controversial one, and you're probably thinking, Epic, what do you think of this? Is this a good thing or a bad thing? And you know, it's a tough one. It's a really tough one. I don't think they should keep nerfing stuff, but in all fairness, the Ion Cannon was a little bit overpowered. But I don't know. I mean, people are still going to complain about it, so does it really matter what I think about it? I mean, it's clear that no one is going to like this change. Moving on, they've added collisions to prevent the gunner from sometimes becoming stuck in the Meridian Mercentile. I'm not sure what they mean by that. Maybe that's something to do with Moze. If that's the case, then let me know in the comment section. They have now added collisions to prevent players from sometimes escaping the map in various locations. They've also increased the radius of the new use station at the Arrogant Approach. And now finally, to finish off these notes, let's get into some perfectly awesome buffs. So first of all, for Moze, while Auto Bear is active, it will now deal 75% up from 20% bonus incendiary damage on anointments. After exiting the Iron Bear, the next two mags will have 125 up from 40% bonus incendiary damage. After exiting Iron Bear, gain 160% up from 120% increased splash damage for 18 seconds. When entering and exiting Iron Bear, Nova damage increased. So a huge buff for Moze there. I'm really happy, especially because I'm going to be starting my journey on Moze soon. And now let's move into Zane the Operative. While Barrier is active, accuracy is increased by 60% and critical hit damage is increased by 70% from 30%. While Sentinel is active, gain 100% up from 50% of damage as bonus cryo damage. And for Flak, when exiting Fade Away, Nova damage has been increased. And after using Rack Attack, gain 50% up from 25% critical hit damage for a short time. As I've already stated, most of these changes only apply to anointed gear, which is great. I'm glad to see that they're making farming for anointed gear a lot more valuable. This is definitely going to help people make better end game builds, and it's also going to make builds like my Shockhound Zane build, link in the description, go look at it right now, way stronger. So I'm really happy that they're buffing some stuff for once instead of nerfing some stuff. But I want to know what you guys think. Do you think this was a fair trade-off? We may have lost my boy the Ion Cannon in the process, but we got a bunch of awesome buffs in the process as well. For me personally, I think this is a really good patch, and I can't wait to hop in today and try out the new Maliwan Takedown after its buff, I guess you could say. And I'm also going to be farming out a ton of anointed gear today as well, and I just can't believe that they're doing this. I hope they make this permanent. But like I said, I want to know what you guys think of this, so leave a comment down below giving me your thoughts on the update, and if you made it to the end of the video, leave a comment saying Fabricator. With all that being said, guys, thank you so much for watching, thank you for your support as always, and have a nice day.